Oh, hey, didn't see you there. It's been a couple years since our last episode of Teeing Off with Tom. Pleasure to have you guys back. Now, I've spent the last couple years on my world tour promoting my new book, Between Two Tees, The Untold Story, forward by Eldrick Woods. And throughout my time and my travels, I've heard a lot of interesting things on driving ranges, golf courses, just outside my private hangars for my personal jet. Now, there's a lot of well-intentioned instruction that I hear throughout these driving ranges and golf courses and Madagascar and New Delhi and different places like that. So today I really want to focus in on, oh man, I had it. So today, welcome back, first of all, to our 2.7 million viewers. It's great to have you back. Today we're really going to start digging into some of those well-intentioned tips and tricks that you hear, maybe that you've given to friends or family members or that you've received, and how those have actually impacted you both in a positive way and in a negative way, right? We've heard keep your head down, keep your eye on the ball. Some of those you hear constantly. Little Jimmy's swinging a golf club and he's missing. What does Grandpa Dave tell him? Keep your eye on the ball. So we're going to dive into some of those today and get you ready and get you mentally adjusted for our outdoor season. Let's go tee off. All right, guys, here we are. We're going to talk about our first misconception, okay? Now, we've all heard this. We've all seen this out on the driving range when little Jimmy is swinging, right? He's swinging. He's trying as hard as he can. He keeps missing the ball. What does Grandpa tell him to do? Keep your eye on the ball, okay? I want to talk about why that is really not helping Jimmy when he's learning to play golf. Okay, let's think about this logically. In all of our other sports that we play, baseball, basketball, soccer, can we play those sports with our eyes closed? Probably not. We could try, but we might not be on the team for very long, okay? Now, we can't play those sports with our eyes closed because that ball is moving, right? We have to react. Ball's moving, players are moving. We can't close our eyes while those sports are going on. Difference is, in golf, that ball is not going to move until I make it move, okay? That's why it's possible for me to swing and not look at the ball, okay? Let's think about that too. If I'm playing baseball, okay? I've got the ball in my hand. I'm throwing it to first base. Where do my eyes go? To the target. It's very unnatural for me to think about keeping my eyes on the ball as I throw it, right? Our mind is focused on the target the second that the ball is in our control. This ball, while it's not in our hands, it is in our control the same way because we know where it is and we know it's not going to move. So we're going to spend more time thinking about our target and where we want to send the ball and less time being focused on the ball itself. All right, guys, misconception number 2 that I hear all the time, keep your head down. Let's think about this. This relates a lot to misconception number 1, okay? When we start being more focused on the ball, inevitably we start leaning this way. The weight of our body starts leaning towards the ball because this becomes our target as opposed to the target becoming our target. What I want you guys to think about is when we are focused on keeping our head down, that is a reaction to our balance as opposed to a control of what's going on in the swing. So let me explain. When I'm getting myself set up, now if we remember all those other sports that we play, baseball, basketball, soccer, we are in this ready position, right? Because we are ready to react, move forwards, backwards, and side to side. Just like we talked about in misconception 1, this ball is not going to move. So I want to find a position where the weight of my body is over my ankles and I can wiggle my toes as opposed to one where the weight is on the balls of my feet, right? When the weight is on the balls of my feet, I'm getting ready to react. My muscles are firing to get me ready to do that. So if we are in a position, that ready position, and our weight is leaned out towards the ball and we are swinging, our brain is saying we are falling over right now, right? The subconscious part of our brain is saying we're falling over. It is going to react to that by trying to lift our body up, get us back in a balanced position. So when we are thinking about keeping our head down, we learned, right, it doesn't matter where my head is looking, where my eyes are looking. If I'm in balance and I'm in control of my body, those things become less important, okay? So keeping your head down, not something we need to worry about. Let's focus on our balance. That's going to get control of our body. Thus, our head is not going to be reacting, our eyes and body are not going to be reacting to the weight of our body falling towards the ball. Back in '93, my game was in absolute shambles. I was looking for anything to fix my game, and all of my students, they were shooting in the high 200s. So what I thought was, let's take some of those popular phrases and let's exaggerate them. Okay, maybe that's the key to unlocking success. I'm going to keep my eye on the ball. I'm going to keep my head down. Here we go. I played this way for about 2 years until I gave it up. Head down, eye on the ball, head down, eye on the ball, head down, eye on the ball, go. I struggled. I was shooting 300, 350 at times. All right, guys, misconception number 3 that I hear out on the driving range is keep your arms straight, okay? A lot of these things are things that are created. Keeping your arms straight is a reaction to the energy that we create with our lower body, okay? We think about anything where we are propelling an object, whether that's a javelin, a baseball, a football. The energy comes from our lower body and it's sent into our upper body and then into the object. So we see a lot of people out there, again, well-intentioned, when we're swinging that golf club, to create this position of getting the club away from our body or keeping our arms straight. What we want to do is have that be created as a dynamic movement where I take the energy from the strong muscles of my body, okay, my hips, my legs, and I send that energy up into my upper body and then into the golf club. So instead of this position where my arms are fabricated and extended away from my body, I turn my hips and I send energy into my arms and I create this dynamic position as if I was going to propel an object. All right, guys, that's our program for today. Again, I want to say thank you to the 3.7 million viewers, as well as our 500,000 viewers from Madagascar, one of our most heavily streamed countries just this last year. Great to have you guys. So those misconceptions, I really want you guys to focus on that stuff. Set yourself up for a great summer, great spring season. If you are looking for first editions of my book, Between Two T's, The Untold Story, check out your local Borders if there are any left. We'll see you guys soon.